Hello there, Virgos. Welcome to your mid-August 2017 tarot reading. I just want to have a little bit of a chat with you guys because your birthday time is coming in, and I do want you to have, spiritual guidance in terms of being able to navigate what's coming through for you, not only for your birthday time, but it's also a time for your solar return so that you can reorient yourself or so that you can orient yourself and figure out what your next steps are, because I do feel a lot of you are at a kind of like the top of the mountain looking down and trying to figure out which direction is you should take, where you should go, and how to get where you need to be. So first of all, just bear with me. If you start listening to this, please listen to the end of this video, okay? So I see two organizations. One organization has a very, very charismatic leader. And I feel like everybody that is working for that leader sees the vision, sees the passion, and sees, the direction that the leader is trying to move the organization, the company, the institution, the business. Everyone is kind of like very inspired by that leader. So they are pegging their dreams and their aspirations on this leader. And I feel like because they're doing that, once the leader decides, okay, well, I'm not happy here anymore, I'm going to find another group or another organization to galvanize, to inspire, and to, do something new. So as soon as that leader steps out of the picture, the rest of the organization is in disarray because they were pegging their dreams and their vision on that leader. And with the leader out of the picture, they don't know where they stand. They don't know what they're supposed to do. And so I feel like there is this disintegration because as soon as that figurehead is gone, everyone is just now has to, really dig deep within. What do I do now? Like no one's inspiring me anymore. So how do I motivate myself? How do I inspire myself? I feel for some of you, you're in a similar environment where I feel like there might have been a change in leadership, and everybody is just like, what do we do now? How do we secure our job position? How do we feel inspired again? How do we still, value the same things? Can we still continue to work here because the vision is no longer there? Okay. And then for others, there is another organization. And I feel like what it is the figurehead is a very transient position. So that means one person comes in and then, they do their stint for like 3-5 years and then they leave and somebody comes in. So it feels more like a rotation. But what's really good about this second organization is that everybody has a role. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone is like a cog in a wheel. And there is a purpose for everything. And so everybody is interchangeable. So that can be a good thing or a bad thing. But the point of it is because everything is, structured, rigid, and there's a place and there's a position for everybody. Everybody serves their function in that specific environment. And if you're missing one person, the cogs won't turn, right? And so it's like a well-oiled machine, and the figurehead is only there to conduct, is only there to make sure everything runs efficiently. And so I feel what's happening is if you're in that second stage, I feel like a lot of you would rather be in that second organization where it's like everything is efficient, productive, and there aren't any surprises. It's predictable, yes, but there aren't any surprises. Everyone has a place and everything is in its place. And everyone works together in order to, get things moving, get things rolling. And so you would rather be there. You would rather be, working in that type of environment, even though it's kind of monotonous and tedious and, can be very stagnant and can sometimes be boring as well. And I feel like one of the reasons why you are naturally drawn to that environment is because it's predictable and it's organized. But I feel like what position you're meant to be in is you have too many skills and too many, I want to say, too much experience under your belt. You're not meant to be a cog in the wheel. You're meant to supervise all of those pieces to make sure the machine is up and running. And so, your job in this world and your life path overall is to be that one person, that conductor, that conveyor, that person that surveys the environment and make sure that everything is in its place, that everyone is where they're supposed to be, that everyone is working to their optimal, best, so that the environment is highly effective, it's highly, highly productive, it's run like a well-oiled machine. You're meant to be a conductor so that you can whip everything into shape and you can, fill in all those inefficiencies so that everything runs well. So I bring up these two ideas is because I feel like in the past you were pegging your dreams, your aspirations on somebody else. And I feel for some of you, it was mainly, having expectations from family, from your social environment, wanting to succeed. And I feel like success for you was never just accumulating a lot of money. I feel like you also wanted to have like that emotional satisfaction from the work that you do. Either getting very positive reception for the work, job well done, or doing a job where you feel like, yes, I want to make money, but on the other hand, I do want to help other people as well. So I feel like you went into it kind of like, on the sidelines, wanting to make money, wanting to help others as well. And I feel like you're at a point right now where you really want to think about which organization you want to be in. Because I feel like for the past few years, a lot of you have come into the first organization where there was, that really passionate, charismatic leader. But everybody else, they lose that vision. They come in very, very passionate, very enthusiastic to get a work done. They believed in the vision. But over time, I feel like the work itself really dampened their energy, really brought them down on a very deep, vibrational, spiritual, dense space. And so they lose their passion for the work. They lose their reason to be. And I feel some of you are like that right now in your current work environment, and you're looking further afield, you're looking out there, and you're looking for more opportunities. And so I really want you to think about, in terms of the latter organization, where things are run very efficiently because you are at the helm. So I feel that for your next move, try to be at the helm. Try to be the person that oversees things, because if it's going to be done right, you need to be the one in charge, okay? The other message that I feel coming through is they mention a property that is depreciating in value. So for those of you who are thinking about releasing or selling property, they mention, depreciating in value by the March 2018 timeframe. So I feel like for some of you, if you're thinking about releasing a property because of, lack of uncertainty, I feel that it might be best to do it before then. And then for others of you, if you are trying to purchase a property, it might be best to do it after March 2018 when the property value depreciates, so that you can get, like a cheaper house that is a little bit more in your price, in your budget, or getting like really good terms when it comes to the mortgage. Okay, so that's just a predictive message coming through. I do feel overall there are a little bit of travel restrictions that are coming through for the next 2 weeks. Be very, very careful when it comes to travel logistics. And, it is Mercury in retrograde, so I'm not surprised to see this. But I feel like for you guys, especially with Mercury being your ruler, just make sure that you have a backup plan, have a contingency plan, and especially like anticipate anticipate the delay. So that means bring a book, bring your laptop, kill time some other way so that you're not frustrated waiting for things to speed up, okay? I feel overall in your relationship sector, things are looking very, very good. I feel like both parties are chipping in order to, really stabilize a relationship. And I do feel you and another person, you're like either a business partner or somebody that you are romantically linked up with. I feel like you are joining your bank accounts together as well. So I feel like this big pool that two people are drawing from, this pool of money that two people are drawing from. So it's like, what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. So I feel like this sharing of financial burdens, fair sharing of financial resources, and feeling like you really trust and love and care about your partner and wanting the best for them. They mention news coming in afar regarding health, okay? A male figure regarding health. For some of you, this can be like, I'm seeing a big age difference between you and the male figure that has some health issues. So could be father, grandfather, uncles, like a huge age difference. So I feel that element coming through, and I do feel that there might be some issues as it relates to like liver, kidney, somebody that might drink heavily as well for some of you. I do feel like relatives, news coming at a distance. So they could be overseas or they could be out of state, but I feel that's coming through. The last thing that I want to end this with is I feel as if some of you, you're in a field where you communicate to make money, where your words allow you to make money. So that means you might be in a position where a lot of people listen to what you have to say, and they take your guidance and your expertise to heart. So that means you have to be extra careful about how you word things. You have to be extra careful when it comes to using politically correct language, for example, and you have to be extra careful about what you are putting down on paper. Like if you're writing, for example, what you're putting down on paper, how long those, the written words, the written messages will be around, because I feel like there is possible room for others to scrutinize you. They might say like, well, you say this now, but 2 years ago when you wrote this article, you did this, you said this. So I feel like in situations like that, if you are ever confronted with that, where somebody's using your words against you, I feel that one thing you can honestly tell them is, times change, people change, and I've changed my stance because, and then you can give them, further evidence. But I do see that element coming in where you're very cautious about what you say, mainly because you don't want it to be misconstrued. You don't want it to be taken out of context. And I feel like, it's a really good month for you to continue to do that. It's going to feel a little bit stressful, but as long as you maintain that sense of decorum, as long as you maintain that kind of like poker face demeanor and being very, very methodical, strategic about what you're saying, I feel like it's going to be in your greater interest. Okay, so we have Mercury in retrograde, and I want you to be especially careful about not losing your temper, about, being very calm and collected when you communicate. And I also want you to just know the energy for the Mercury retrograde starts on August 12th and it's going to end on September 5th. However, the effects of it can be felt 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So just be very careful. All right. So Virgos, I do wish you the best for your birthday time, and I'll be back next month. Take care. Bye-bye.